Welcome to XM.com for today's market comment by Haralambos Pisuros. I'm Christina Marujos. The US dollar traded mixed against the other major currencies on Tuesday, gaining ground against the pound, the yen, and the Kiwi, and losing ground versus the euro, the Aussie, and the Loonie. The greenback ended the day virtually unchanged against the franc. The dollar came under some buying interest after U.S. retail sales for September grew more than expected, suggesting that the world's largest economy ended the third quarter on a very strong note. The 10-year Treasury yield rate climbed nearly 3% as investors brought back to the table bets that the Fed may deliver one more hike before the end of this tightening crusade. According to the Fed Fund futures, they are now assigning around a 55% probability for another quarter-point increment by January. Greenback traders will now probably turn their attention to speeches by several Fed policymakers, including Chair Powell on Thursday, to see whether they continue to hold the view that no more hikes are likely to be required, or whether the latest data have made them change their mind. The pound was among the currencies that underperformed against the dollar, perhaps as UK jobs data for August showed that wages slowed from a record high and job vacancies dropped. The release of some labor data, including the unemployment rate, was delayed until next week. Yesterday's numbers may have weighed on expectations of another hike by the Bank of England, but today's higher-than-expected inflation figures may have revived such bets. The Aussie was among the gainers after the minutes from the latest Reserve Bank of Australia gathering revealed that policymakers considered raising rates, something that prompted market participants to fully price in one more hike by March, while the Kiwi took a hit after New Zealand CPI hit a two-year low, reducing speculation that the Reserve Bank of New Zealand will hike its cash rate further. Both currencies are on the front foot today as Chinese data showed that the world's second-largest economy accelerated more than expected in the third quarter. The Loonie also suffered a blow from Canada's lower-than-expected inflation prints, but it quickly recovered the CPI-related losses and traded even higher, perhaps aided by the further advances in oil prices, which remain supported after fears of further escalation in the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Wall Street ended mixed yesterday with the Dow Jones and S&P 500 closing virtually unchanged and the Nasdaq losing ground. As for today's earnings, Tesla and Netflix will report the results after the closing bell. Gold continued marching north, and it is around 0.8% up today, which suggests that it remains investors' safe haven of choice amid the Middle East conflict. Thank you for watching today's market comment here at XM.com.